Hello, it's Feather, and today I'm here with my April wrap-up. April was kind of busy for me, but I still managed to read 4 books, which I'm actually very impressed with. The first book I read was actually a graphic novel called Blue is the Warmest Color by Julie Morrow. She's actually French, so I just completely anglicized her name. This was pretty good. It was about a girl in high school who is struggling with her sexuality. In the beginning, she's dating a guy. She's not so sure about him, and then she meets a woman who she is attracted to, and everything just starts getting confusing from there. She doesn't know who she likes, she doesn't know why, and so she ends up breaking up with this guy. This book deals a lot with homophobia and also internalized homophobia, so it's just a really heavy topic to talk about, but also super important. I thought the first probably 75% of this was great. I didn't connect to the end as much as I expected it to. It's really short, and so I think it just didn't have enough time for the ending to pack a punch for me like I was expecting it to. I heard a lot of people say they read this and they were crying at the end, and I was just so emotional for them, but I think for me it just wasn't long enough. It was just too fast, and I thought that these circumstances leading up to the ending were not depicted very realistically. But all in all, I do think the story is important, and I would recommend it. I also really appreciated how the past and present are differentiated by color scheme. So, I need to sneeze. And now, of course, I said I need to sneeze, it's not going to come. Anyway, so the timeline when it takes place in the present is depicted in all colors, and then in the past, it's all black and white except for a pop of blue, and that's meant to signify that you don't really remember things in perfect detail. And you think about the past, you really remember a specific color, or a specific scent, or a specific event, or a specific sound that was going on in the past. And so this really captures how for Emma and for Clementine, the two main characters in the book, when they look back on the past, the thing that really stands out in their memories is the blue. So when Emma and Clementine first met, Emma had blue hair. So that blue hair, as you can see on the cover, is something that's really focused on for most of the book. I ended up giving this 3 stars. I probably would have rated it a lot higher if I wasn't so disappointed by the ending, but so be it. You might enjoy it more than I did. The second book I read I don't actually have with me because I already returned it to the library. I read it in one day, and that was A Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket, which is the first book in the series of Unfortunate Events, and I think it's fantastic. I heard the Netflix series was amazing, and every 2 episodes is based on one of the books. So I read the first book and I watched the first episodes, and I loved it. It was so well done. It was so true to the books, and Neil Patrick Harris is my best friend forever. He has no idea who I am, but he is my best friend forever, and he is so perfect as Count Olaf. Could not recommend the series enough. The books and the Netflix series. I'm so excited for book 2 to come in at the library, but I have a lot of other things that I need to read first, and I know when I get a second book, which I think is The Reptile Room, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's The Reptile Room, yeah, I'm gonna read that in one day and then watch the next 2 episodes of the Netflix series. The third book I read this month was our book club book, which was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Yeah, I probably liked this the least out of all 3 of us. I'm sorry, I hated it even up till the end. I know Olive and Rose thought the ending was great and they loved it. I hated the ending. I'm sorry. I ended up giving this only 2 stars. I'm not going to really say much about it because I'm going to do a full review on this on Wednesday. All 3 of us are going to be posting our own reviews. And we all have very different things to say about it, so you should watch all 3 of our reviews. And then the final book I read this month, I actually just finished last night, and that was More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I really like this. Going into it, I enjoyed it. It seemed like a normal coming-of-age story. I always enjoy those, you know, like Perks of Being a Wallflower. Always enjoyable. So this one I was expecting to be the same kind of thing, you know, just a typical coming-of-age novel, and it was also so much more. So this is about a guy who is, I think he's 15 or 16, and he lives in a neighborhood in the Bronx, and he's struggled with a lot. This is a really heavy book, trigger warnings for suicide, abuse, physical and verbal and emotional, all kinds of abuse, also homophobia, self-harm. It's really heavy. There's a lot going on in here. This guy, he's struggling with all of his memories from his past, and there's this institute that just opened up called the Lateo Institute. And what they do is they offer memory altering services. So if you have a really traumatic past, or you're suffering from PTSD, or you have a memory that you want to get rid of, this procedure can actually operate on you and you'll forget it ever happened. So in the very beginning of the book, this guy named Kyle has a procedure done because his twin brother Kenneth was shot, and the shot was actually meant for Kyle, and so Kyle is living with this guilt and the loss of his brother, and he gets the procedure done so that he can forget his brother ever existed. And so the main character, Aaron, he would like to get the procedure done as well, just based on everything that he's gone through in his life. And so that's basically where the plot kicks off. And then this boy named Thomas comes along, and he starts to develop feelings for Thomas that he starts to question. And so this is another book where it's kind of like the main character struggling with their sexuality and homophobia. And this one especially, the people in this neighborhood are violently abusive to anyone who is gay. There's actually a lot of violent scenes in this book. So just a warning for you, if you're going to pick this up, that is definitely in there. I was gonna just give this book a 3 stars. Like, it was good, but it was also just pretty average. And then the plot twist happened, and I was so shook. I didn't expect it at all. I knew people were talking about the plot twist, and so when something happened, I was like, oh, that's the plot twist. That's not that big of a deal. And then the real plot twist happened, and then another plot twist happened, and then yeah, I was pretty much shook for the whole second half of this. And for that reason, I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought it was so good, and I would highly recommend this if that sounds interesting to you at all. I also had that this guy, Adam Silvera, has 2 other books, and I really want to read those as well. This one, More Happy Than Not, and also Blue is the Warmest Color, are both own voices novels, so it's another good reason to pick them up if they sounded interesting to you. Okay, so those are the 4 books that I read in April. Stay tuned on Monday for our May TBR from Rose, and Wednesday, don't forget our book club review for The Nightingale. So have a great day, everyone. Bye.